guys, welcome back to The Sims 4, my brand new series, Vampires. And you might recognise this cutie little bean right here. Seriously, look how adorable that face is. You guys may recognise this if you watch Clare Siobhan. This is Samuel Blaze Villareal, one of her Sims, a product of Lilith Villareal and Jamie Street. And he's going to be the little star of this series today. And I put him in the game because I thought he's so cute and actually wanted to use him. Like, I was playing around with him in another save and I thought this sim would actually be super good for a vampire series that I wanted to work with, and I wanted to give it up to switch it up a little bit as well. So Sammy B, essentially, is what I'll be calling him for the rest of the series, lives in a little house called Raven's Watchtower in Forgotten Hollow. It's not owned by him. His uncle Jacques Villareal owns it and let him basically stay in the tower, providing he just pays the utilities, because Sammy B goes to college at Windenburg University studying art. These are all his classmates and his professor who looks like one of those teachers who tries way too hard to be hip with the kids. So he's going to be living out in Forgotten Hollow because he can essentially afford this place, and Windenburg is very expensive. He could live on the island with his family, but it's very expensive to commute the boat every day, and that's just going to take way too much time. So Sammy B is out living in Forgotten Hollow. He has got this great little house. He's got his own little desk set up with a laptop, books, and a digital sketchpad, because when he's not doing his course, he's also a freelance artist. So he's currently moved in. He's been in here for a few hours. It's a pretty decent day, and then Monday he's going to basically go into Windenburg to go and meet with his course mates and basically start like getting to know his classmates and his teacher before he has to start actually learning anything and getting his painting skill up to level 10. Currently he's only got charisma, cooking, and logic, which all came with the sim when I downloaded him. There are a couple bodies buried at the side of this house. I don't know who used to live here. These might actually be Villareal relatives of his, maybe some like a great uncle or great aunt that from his grandfather's side. We're not too sure, but he lives in this little 3-story house, and he's actually pretty hungry, so we're going to just have him start off and just make something for dinner. I gave him a Lindsay as well. His parents gave him just a little bit of money to help get him off the ground, help him like get some utilities like off the bat, get him his computer, get him his sketchpad, get him a little Lindsay so he can listen to a little bit of music and, not feel totally isolated. But this is Forgotten Hollow. It's a creepy looking place. And you've got up the road, you got this little like joint up here up the road, this little lookout bit. You got the town with the ominous like statue, and you can kind of tell whenever the moon's out, it seems, basically what time it is at night because of the statue's shadow. We also have over here, this is Bradlington Manor, also home to a family because there's a lot of graveyards there. And these are a couple of vampires that actually live nearby. Actually, no, this guy is on the culinary course at Windenburg. I think he's actually the teacher. And here, this is actually perfect time. Vladislav Stroud, he's got into a bit of a fight currently. He had a bit of a fight with Strad von Zarovich, who lives in Bradlington Manor. But as you can see by the way he's walking, Vlad is actually a well-known, super famous art critic. He is a very famous art critic in the art world, and for someone like Sammy B, who, he wants to be an artist, he loves to paint, he loves to sketch, to know Vlad and knowing that he actually lives in the same village would actually be very beneficial to him, because he'd be able to get like his foot into the art world. We have here, there's Lilith walking by, Lilith Vitor, looking very cute in CC. Seriously, she looks absolutely adorable when you doll her up in CC. Vlad, it seems, is out for a bit of a stroll tonight. This is actually where Lilith lives with her brother. They live out in that place there. Is that? Yeah, that's Malcolm Landgrab hanging about. And no one as far as I'm aware, no one lives in this house yet. Nobody's moved in yet. But we have basically got a few vampires living in here. There is Strad von Zarovich. He lives in here. He comes from a very old country. He's like, I guess he'd be like a migrant to this region of the world. He would say, I'm from old country, would be his general manner. This is actually, I think, one of Strad's minions, who I think came over to witness his fight against Vladislav. They have a very intense rivalry, those two, because Vlad's family essentially own this entire village, and they like sort of founded this place, built it from the ground up. And Strahd here, he is just very Max's match, but he looks pretty good. Strahd here is just kind of waltzed on in, just being like, yeah, you know what, I'm gonna rule this place now. And Vladdy is not about that life. Vladdy is not about that life, because this is essentially his territory. So he's got a bit of a turf war going on with Strahd. Strahd lives in this nice big old manor here. I built this manor, by the way. I had such fun building it. It's like a proper little tower and everything. So we got this whole place. It is now snowing. That's so fun. And yeah, Sammy B is about to have a breakout if he's not careful. So we're definitely gonna need him to maybe not have a bit of a breakout. He's very uncomfortable, and he made a terrible garden salad. That always happens. But he has to go into Windenburg the next day anyway to meet his classmates for his first, essentially, day at Windenburg. Probably gonna meet all the other students hanging about. I used the Windenburg University stuff pack, university lot that was made. It's actually a really cool lot. I'm not sure how long ago it was made. I think it might have been made a couple years ago. But it's actually a really nice building that I wanted to put down on the big 64x64 lot on Windenburg. So we'll actually be able to see a lot of Windenburg, because I have boosted it a lot. I've completely redone some of the worlds. This one's kind of stayed the same. I just changed up this place and Bradlington Manor. Yep, you got a minor breakout. Oh, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Let me have a look at your face, sweetie. Oh, you know what? You're fine. You're fine. You don't have anything yet. But you look very sad. He's also very different than how, Clare Siobhan, describes Sammy. He went from kind of, dark and twisty to pastel. Whilst for me, Sam B is basically my little punk rocker, essentially my little heavy metal boy, who is clumsy as hell. So that's him. That's Sammy B in a nutshell for my essentially save. He's got a very nice little place. Jacques, actually, Uncle Jacques, definitely set the whole thing up. We're actually going to take a quick look at his family tree so you guys can see. So this is genealogy. So Jamie Street and Lilith Villareal, parents. Abel Villareal, her brother, but also Jacques, the much older brother of the family. And then we have his cousins, Luna, Hugo, and Max. So that is, it's very different than what the genealogy used to be. But in order to keep the world kind of the family all kind of interlinked, I have made it so Jacques, Abel, and Lilith are all siblings. So that is his family tree currently. Who's else? It's snowing quite a bit, and I think, there's Caleb. You guys might recognize him a little bit. He completely, as you can see, he looks completely different than what he normally does in the actual, than what he does in the game normally. I completely dolled him up full of CC. And basically this place is gonna be, he lives in a bit of a hotspot for vampires. This is a place where a lot of vampires know of this place. Before anyone moved in, they'd like to come and hang out here because it was a bit of a chill place, and they knew that the owner never really came around. The only time Jacques ever really came to Forgotten Hollow was to renovate this place, and he finished it in the last couple of years, but it kind of sat empty for a while. And then Sammy B essentially was like, I can't afford to live in Windenburg, but I don't want to live at home while I'm studying. Is there anywhere I can live? And Jacques said, you know what, you can take Raven Watchtower, just keep paying the utilities, I'll handle the rent, just don't worry about the neighbours either, they're all a bit weird. So that's basically Sammy B's entire reasoning for coming out to Forgotten Hollow. It's actually a pretty cheap place to live, so it's not the worst thing for him. And it's creepy, sure, but nothing bad should totally happen to him. He shouldn't get too many unwanted visitors. Strahd and Vlad, they might take a bit of an interest in him because Sammy B is currently the only mortal living in Forgotten Hollow. Right now, everyone else are immortals. So to have, like, I guess, you know, fresh meat, I guess, moving in, it's going to be a bit jarring for them to see someone new, especially someone who's moved into Raven's Watchtower, which, as far as they know, has all been abandoned for a good few decades now. Sammy B waking up at 5 in the morning, feeling pretty good about himself. We're going to have him just get up, go to the loo. I'm also going to get him to do the skincare routines because, you know, well, he can't actually afford any skincare routines, so he's going to have to go without, I think, for a while until we can get him to have enough money to get the 150 simoleon skincare treatment. He's got a bit of a minor breakout though, so it shouldn't be too bad. He is going to go and check for gigs quickly. So he can do a portrait of a deceased relative, posterity, politician, or icons for Sims Forever. Can't afford anything else. Yeah, but looking at these, icons for Sims Forever will give him the most money. So he's going to be doing that. He just has to chat with the client, create some icons, and get them approved. He can do that easily before 9 AM. Well, most of that before 9 AM, before he has to go into Windenburg and go and meet everyone for his first day of school. Yeah, I did download some... I was thinking of downloading the Kawaii Stacy University event mod. Oh, is that Abel? Abel has apparently decided to do like a morning jog through, listening to his earbuds through Forgotten Hollow. I guess like maybe Jacques was a bit worried, and maybe Lilith was as well. So they were just like, could you go maybe like check up on him just to make sure that he's okay? And it seems like he's doing like a kind of, you know, I'm just gonna do my morning run through, nothing too bad. Brittany Cho, she turns up everywhere. She turned up in Island Living, you all saw her. Goddamn, coming in, she had a baby in that one, so God knows what she's going to be doing in this one. Although she's got a very interesting outfit on. I think that's an outfit pretty sure I just downloaded that and stuck it in the game today. That's always fun. Sammy B is up, he's in his pajamas. He is also heavily tattooed. Clare, Siobhan, and Sammy B would not probably have loads of these tattoos, but I absolutely adored these and I thought it'd be really cool. Also, he's kind of got the exact same tattoo as Jamie Street had, with the neck tattoo in the chest. And I love the idea that maybe Jamie took him to his artist shortly after he turned 18 and was just like, you want tattoos for your birthday? We're going to get you as many tattoos as you want. And Sammy B was just like, cover my arms. And as someone who is basically going to have a sleeve on her right arm in a few years, yeah, you can kind of see. But he does a lot of freelance work. He has to start off. So it's maybe when he's done chatting with the client, we'll have him head into Windenburg to grab a coffee and some breakfast. And then maybe have him head over to Windenburg. It's 7 in the morning, so, you know, place will be open. Create icons on a sketch pad. So that's all he's got to do today. So we're going to go out and grab some coffee before we head on over to the campus. It's quite early on a nice Monday. We are here at the Been There Done That cafe. Pun absolutely intended. We're here. He's going to grab, let's have a nice... We're going to stay here and have maybe a croissant and a coffee for breakfast. Let's have a perfect pre-work shot maybe. Let's get an espresso for now. We'll get those, and then we'll just kind of sit here, maybe chat with, see if anyone comes in. Oh, this is Dr. Kishi. This is Mariko Kishi. She is the head of the Windenburg Science Major. Fun fact, she is named after an actual university professor that my boyfriend knows. Doctor as well. She's doctor. She's a doctor. She has a PhD and everything. She does some sort of chemistry thing. Material scientist. There we go. Dr. Kishi, material scientist. She heads up the science major division of Windenburg University. As you can see, very, very professional looking. I see Moko there, I think it is. We've got, you know, just some random townie. We got people. Oh, look who's decided to show up. More celebrities. more celebrities. So this is a completely new cafe that I found. This place is super cool, super cute. I found this on the gallery. I did not design this, but I did give it the name Been There Done That because I live for puns. So Simon B is going to come in here. It's 8 o'clock. He's going to go and eat, and then he's going to go and head over to Windenburg Uni to get on with his first class. Everyone else is like turning up so far. Poor like Judith here is just like, can I please just use the bathroom in peace without like some paparazzo coming in and deciding to take a picture of me washing my hands, being like, hey, Judith uses the bathroom. Who'd have thunk it that celebrities also went to the bathroom? Yeah, who'd have thunk it? So he sat down. He has decided that he's going to go and sit with Dr. Kishi. That's what we're going to be chatting about. He's just going to introduce himself and just be like, hi, you one of the professors over at Windenburg University. I'm Sammy B. I just started on the arts course. She's very like, yeah, it's nice to meet you. You must be you must be one of Chadwick's students. He's like, yeah, Chadwick. He seems pretty cool. And she's like, oh, he's a funny one, that Chadwick. Don't be surprised if he, tries to be hip and use slang that makes absolutely no sense to you. She's a very confident person. It's a pretty nice, pretty cool place. Good convivial lot traits. I'm not sure where his croissant went. I gave you a croissant for breakfast. Oh, there's some cousin, oh god, what's her name? Cousin Luna, she's coming in to freak out about Judith, of course, and Sabi is just like, oh god. Just Luna, come on, shouldn't you be in school? Shouldn't you be off to school? And apparently Luna found much better ways to spend her day. Rather than, going to school, she's gonna go and freak out over a celebrity. A lot of people coming in. She's the only person we've actually met from the university so far. We met the culinary teacher, I think, or one of the students. Oh my god, it's one of my other Sims I made. This is Roman. He is on the media course. He is a beautiful little bean, if you look at him. He's like complete model look. And he is one of those guys who when you see long hair on them, you just absolutely know it suits them. He essentially, I think he's a model as well. So he's from the media course. He lives in town. And he's actually roommates with the girl, with Rowan, who is on Sammy B's art course. Rowan, who is a complete goth girl. She's like a full-on goth chick. Once we've had our drink, we're going to go and head over to university and meet everyone from our course. We've got Eileen, we've got Chloe, Nate, and Rowan, and Sammy B, and Professor Matthews, Chadwick, as we're all going to be calling him. Or Chad, if we're feeling silly enough. Sammy B has managed to get to his class ahead of all his classmates and has just started to do a small little painting because that's really all he can afford to do right now. Just a small classic painting. Everyone else is slowly on their way. This place is quite big. 64 by 64 lots are kind of a nightmare to deal with. But everyone else is slowly coming along. Aylin's shown up. She has gone straight to the little bar here to make some coffee, and Simon B is just slowly focusing on his art. He's just like, I came in to study art, and that's what I'm gonna do. This will actually be pretty good because he can earn the money for the paintings he sells, because essentially he'll just get extra credit and extra funds, which will always be a good thing. I haven't seen anyone else showing up. I think Victor Veng hanging around. But this is essentially a huge library. Everyone else is slowly just sort of turned up and they're all just kind of chilling over at the front of the campus instead of actually painting. Aylin's smart though. She has decided to go and get coffee straight away, so I'm definitely agreeing with her on that point. This is actually a cute little art studio. I quite like it. It's very using all the art stuff and all these cool little canvases and painted floors. Like that a lot. It is a bit of a laggy one though. The lots are huge and such a pain to deal with. Hopefully I can get it fixed soon. But he's painting a small classic painting. I'm not entirely sure what of. It just looks like a green sun currently. It's actually a pretty decent painting he's done. It's a watermelon and a few apples, but it's actually pretty good. He's going to have to put that in his inventory because he's got to start making a little portfolio of all his artwork. And then at the end of the season there's going to be a huge art gallery essentially for a bunch of the art students. There'll be big presentations essentially, and if he does well, This could really help him out. This is Nate Avery. He lives in Windenburg with one of his roommate, who I think does this. I can't remember. I think he's on the science course, or the tech course. It's called the techno course, but really it's the technology, like computer science and engineering course. This is Chloe. She also lives out in Windenburg near the coffee shop as well. She has very long hair. She's a bit more quiet and reserved. She tends to be a bit more book focused. And that is Chadwick, the professor, who will be reviewing all this artwork at the end of the year, essentially. It's actually quite late. They've been here for quite a while. I think they've been mostly just focusing a lot on work and also having technical issues. So we're gonna send Sammy B home. There's Rowan, our resident goth chick, who wears like vampire makeup because she's like super into like being dark and twisty and like full on vampires. Like she's wearing like red contact lenses and like has done like her lip makeup to make it look like she's got like blood on her lips. That's how invested she is in the gothic subcultures. So I think Sammy B's gonna head on home. It's getting quite late, and he needs to have something to eat because he's been out all day trying to focus on work. He's only gonna need to go into campus like a couple days a week, Mondays and Fridays. Every time he can just stay at home, where he can go to the library and study, go and paint, work on his freelancing. It's kind of like I guess you could say a part-time thing, but it's actually more accurate to, I guess, my arts course that I did, where I only actually went into class a couple days a week. Every other time, I was actually like studying outside of it. Sammy B now back home at Raven's Tower, but it used to be a watchtower, essentially. Then Jacques bought it, and essentially, when he went and like redid the whole thing, turned it into like a bedroom and bathroom up top, kitchen on the middle floor, and then just like a regular little like living area downstairs on the ground floor. You've also got this big dead tree out here. There's just a little box here, maybe for some like garlic seeds or just regular plants in general. The grass is kind of dead, and we do have these two buried here. Found another teacher out in the wild. Mark Jefferson, the media teacher. Yes, it's essentially Mark Jefferson from Life is Strange. I found him on the gallery, and I figured it was just easier to keep him in there as Mark Jefferson than change his whole thing. It was just way too easy. way too easy. But we're not going to be seeing much of him anyway, because Sammy B doesn't do media. He's an art major, so we're probably going to end up seeing more of dearest Chadwick here. But he's still not gotten to know the rest of his course mates. Jamie Street saying, hey, do you want to go to the Human Hijinks Festival? Sammy B just like, I gotta study. I gotta start studying, doing research on colour theory and all that stuff, because if I don't, then, well, I'm never going to be a good artist. That kind of thing. But he's kind of just making dinner because he's quite hungry. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. I might have him maybe just go out for a little bit of a wander around the area. I see little Alexander Goth hanging around. Bit weird for the Goth family to be hanging around here. No one really knows. No one really lives in this place. It's kind of like there's garlic wreaths everywhere, and it's very kind of, I guess you could call it desolate, just desolate and creepy. Really, that's the best way to describe it. It's desolate and creepy, but it's quite late, and we're not sure who else is around. But Sammy might just take this opportunity to go and have a bit of a wander around Forgotten Hollow and see just what kind of place this is. Rather than maybe going out and having a bit of an explore, Sammy decided he'd rather go to bed because he just saw the giant zit that popped up on his face. And he probably thought, that's been there all day. Oh my god, why didn't I see that this morning when I woke up? I feel kind of bad for him. But he can't exactly afford to get those expensive skincare treatments right away. So for now, he's just going to go and just go to sleep. And then maybe wake up nice and early to get some freelancing done. And then maybe do a bit of an explore around Forgotten Hollow. 2 a.m. and Sammy B has just woken up. And by the fact that it's 2 a.m., it is like a really clear night in Forgotten Hollow, and there's still people wandering around. Now that he's like really fully awake and can't really sleep, he's actually going to take this opportunity to go and do that bit of a wander around that he wanted to do. He also has so many outfits that I've given him. Here are just all his everyday ones. I'm actually going to put him in his cute little witchy outfit from the Witches series. It took me forever to find that shirt, but I was finally able to get to it finally, just so we can show off Sammy B in cute little adorable witchy outfit. Seriously, like how adorable is that? I mean, he's blinking currently, but he actually looks so cute in that outfit, and I just had to keep it on him anyway because I think it looks super cute. He does have different eyes though. Oh god, too far in. He has very different eyes than one Clare has given him, because I don't think I have the clarity eyes. I think that's what they're called, downloaded. He's gonna actually go out and have a bit of a wander around. Maybe check out the statue, because he did see that when he first like came in. It was just like, huh, I wonder what that's all about. Seems Vlad is still slowly walking around like, you know, I'm the best, I'm awesome, I'm the best, I'm awesome, because he is the grandmaster of all master vampires out there. Sammy B's just come back, and he's just found a friendly face, just sort of standing outside his house. He's just like, hi, who are you? I'm Samuel Blaze. You can call me Sammy B. Do you live around here? And he's like, yeah, I'm Caleb. I live over there in that house over there with my sister. It's a family home. You moved in, haven't you? You've just like moved into the neighborhood. And he's like, yeah, this is my uncle's place, and I'm living here for the time being while I'm studying at Windenburg. No, it's quite cheap out here, and it's actually quite nice. I just thought I'd take a bit of a walk because I couldn't sleep, and I was just checking out that statue. And he's like, oh yeah, that's the Stroud family statue. They kind of own this place. Have you met Vlad? He's kind of a... I mean, he hasn't paid you a visit, has he, yet? He's like, no, I've not met him. I've heard of him, though. He's like this huge art critic, which could be really good, because I'm a bit of an artist, and I'd love to get his opinion on my work. Get his opinion on my work. Caleb looking... They're really kind of just like, huh. Interesting. But I think we're actually going to leave it now, just on Sammy B, just making a little bit of breakfast. It's 4 in the morning, of course. But I think we'll just leave it here with him just cooking breakfast. He's had his first day out at the university. He's moved in. He hasn't met many of the locals. He's met his classmates, and he's met Caleb, who turned up at like 3 in the morning. Probably like seeing him wander around and figured maybe it was a bit weird to see this guy walking around, and seeing him in his cutie little witchy outfit as well. So it should be interesting to see how Sammy B fits into Forgotten Hollow and how everyone else is going to treat him, and also like what the current like neighboring warring vampires going to think of the new mortal in town. Are they going to both try and claim him for their own, or are they just going to let him live out peacefully, studying art and being super cute? We won't know until the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching the first series of The Sims 4 Vampires with this cutie little bean right here. God bless Clare for creating this cutie bean right here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye now.
If you could rewind, do it again. I wonder, would you hurt me just like you did?